you can become the richest Minecraft factions player on the entire server, all without a rank. But now guys, before we do go ahead and hop into today's episode, I am going to be giving away the top rank on the entire server that is worth over $120. All you have to do to go ahead and enter, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment your IGN down below. And if we hit 100 likes on today's episode, we'll go ahead and give another one away in the very next episode. But now guys, the server we are currently on is Hxroic.mc-complex.com. If you guys do want to go ahead and log on and play alongside me, and you guys can see we literally just logged onto the server. We are starting with $7,500 in our bank, and we do not have a single rank. We are the default member rank, and we're gonna become rich. So now without further ado, let's hop straight into it. Okay guys, so the first thing that we want to go ahead and do is actually set up a temporary base, because today's episode is going to be all based on making as much money as possible, because we're gonna need a lot of money to go ahead and set up our main base where we'll put spawners and stuff like that. So we're actually gonna go ahead and do a random TP and TP onto a random world. So now what I actually want to go ahead and do is run for a little while and find the perfect spot to go ahead and set up a sky vault, just to go ahead and store stuff for the time being. And then it's time to go ahead and start making some money. We are stacking our way up to the sky limit. Now let's go ahead and finish up this vault really quickly and go ahead and store our stuff. We are at the height limit. Let's go ahead and start placing our chests. Now for the time being, we do not have much stuff. This is only temporary storage. So I do not want to make this very big. I do not want it to get found. So I think this is going to have to do. And now guys, what I want to go ahead and actually do really quickly is vote, because there is like 20 some vote links, and you actually get vote crate keys and money, and you actually get fly time. As you guys can see on my scoreboard, we currently have no fly time, and that fly time is going to be huge when we go ahead and set up our farms. So I'm gonna go ahead and vote, and I'll bring you guys right back. Oh my goodness guys, from a vote crate we went ahead and got a celestial crate key, and that is literally the rarest thing we can win. If we go ahead and check, it is a 0.1% chance, and this is the current seasonal crate, which actually gives you a bunch of the rare armor and some bonus items you can also go ahead and win. Like you can win spawners, sell wands, money, a bunch of really good stuff from it. We also went ahead and got experience pouch, money pouch. Go ahead and use those really quickly. We also got a cow spawner. The rest of the stuff, I'm not gonna lie, is not very good. Let's go ahead and throw it in our PV for now, and let's go ahead and open up the celestial crate key and see what we get from our super rare reward. Now we can actually probably go ahead and sell one of these seasonals. If they are rare, we can sell them for millions of dollars, which is gonna be huge right off the bat. And let's see what we got. Oh my god, that's max fishing rod. That actually goes for so much money. There is no way. There's actually no way. That is insane. Okay, wow. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and PV that for now. I don't know what we're gonna do for that quite yet. I was not expecting something as good as that. Now we also did go ahead and get a bunch of experience, which will be good for custom enchants. Wow guys, I am very shocked. Okay, so we've gone ahead and found the place that we're gonna go ahead and use to start working on our cactus farm. Now if we go ahead and check the auction, chunk busters are actually super expensive right now. The cheapest one is 89,000. I literally have 21k, but it's fine because you can build to like Y320 on here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and flatten out the area and probably set up a 2x2 farm and start placing some cactus to go ahead and start making some passive money, which will definitely add up over time. So now let's go ahead and get straight to work.
And it goes a little something like
Okay, so just to go ahead and make this very clear, as you guys can now see, I have 1.5 million in the bank, and that's actually because I went ahead and sold all of my experience for 1.5 mil. I don't want you guys thinking I cheated or anything. I sold all of my XP, and now we have money. So the outer shell is pretty much finished. Then I do want to go ahead and add a couple walls, as well as a lava wall so I can't get concrete cannons, and then maybe a regen roof, maybe some regen revelators, just to go ahead and protect it a little bit more. But I think we're chilling for the time being. I doubt anybody's gonna raid a tiny little cobble box. Alrighty guys, so we've got everything set up and ready to go ahead and start placing in cactus. Now I believe this is the design we want to go ahead and go with. It has been a fat minute since I've hand placed a cactus farm. Usually I rely on printer, and I think this is probably the easiest and most efficient one to work with. Now guys, this is actually gonna take a long time off camera, so I'll probably go ahead and start small, start with like one chunk maybe, and build just a little bit, hopefully to go ahead and start making some profit. We have made a little bit of progress. Now we're actually about to go ahead and run out of fly time, and that means we will not be able to make any more progress until tomorrow. So when I can go ahead and vote once again. And I believe we're starting to get like halfway there for our first chunk. Because, oh, we're actually over halfway. Okay, we're about halfway. I can see the roof not too far away. And it's actually starting to make a decent amount of cactus now. But now there's something that I need to go ahead and get to go ahead and make this farm even better. And that would be a custom enchant. Now the custom enchant is actually called greenhouse. And the max is at 5th level. And there's currently none on the auction. But as you guys can see, the description of it is crops near you will grow faster. And apparently it makes cactus like 10 times better. So we need to go ahead and get our hands on one of those. We currently have 875,000. And I'm being told a max like level 5 one would probably go for like 300, 400k, somewhere around there. So we definitely can afford one. We just need to go ahead and find one on the auction. But now I actually think what I want to go ahead and do is put a couple more walls on this cactus farm because I do not want all this work to go ahead and go to waste. But when that is completely finished, I have got another method planned to go ahead and make even more money and a bunch of spawners alongside with it. Okay, so to go ahead and make some active money, we're going to the dark zone. And now the dark zone actually has PvP enabled, and obviously we are a solo. So if we do F-list, there are multiple factions with over 10 players online. Now on my main account, I am in the #1 faction, so I'm hoping they're kind of chill and let me grind because teaming is allowed in the dark zone. So technically they're teaming with the solo. So I went ahead and brewed up a full inventory of potions. We got strength, speed, and fire resistance, and obviously instant healths. Now if we actually do /kit, the tier 4 gear costs $100,000. So let's go ahead and throw that on as well. And now I believe in my PV we should have some crapples and god apples. Here we go. Now let's go ahead and get our full inventory of pots. Go ahead and pot up, and let's hop on over into the dark zone. So let's go ahead and jump on down into the war zone. Now we need to go ahead and find a portal that actually gives us, oh god, that's the enemy faction. Okay, right here, the portal, and it disappeared. We need to find a portal that goes ahead and takes us into the dark zone. Okay, perfect. Go ahead and click on it. We should enter on in, and here we are in the dark zone, and that's not a teammate. You guys can see on my scoreboard there's 5 players here, 148 mobs in total, so we should be chilling. I'm not too scared. There's probably nobody in any goody factions like this dude's in iron armor. Okay, well, I am gonna go ahead and pot up though, start grinding a little bit, go ahead and see if I can get a train of mobs go and start following me and start getting all of the rewards. Okay, so we've got a train of mobs. Go ahead and start critting them out. I've gotten a couple of good rewards so far. You guys can see it's dropping money pouches, it's dropping diamonds, it's dropping experience and money boosters as well. As long as everybody is chill in the dark zone, is actually so free to go ahead and grind and get super rich on the server. If I go ahead and use the money pouch, made a couple $1,000, $20,000. We also went ahead and used a mob tier pouch. Now that's actually gonna be super good. I'll go ahead and show that off when I get out of the dark zone. But on the server, there's a system like Psycho PvP practically that makes it you have to go ahead and start at the lowest tier of mob spawners to actually go ahead and place in your base, and then you rank up after a while to go ahead and unlock better spawners. And those tier pouches pretty much just make it go a lot faster. But I'm pretty much gonna do this for just a little bit. Go ahead and reap the rewards, and I'll bring us back. Alrighty guys, so it is now the next day, and last night we did a bunch of grinding in the dark zone off camera. So if we go ahead and check our balance, we have $8.3 million, and inside this chest we've got 12 iron golems, 2 zombies, 16 cows, and 16 invokers, as well as 1 skeleton spawner. And then we also did go ahead and get a bunch of like random dark zone gear. We got some money boosters, we got some enchants, got a couple vote keys. And now to go ahead and go alongside that, we have also been working on the cactus farm off camera as well. So if we go ahead and check it out, you guys can see the very first chunk is all the way up to the sky limits. And now we're going ahead and starting on the second chunk. And I'm not gonna lie, it has been a lot of work off camera, but it is definitely pulling through because we go ahead and check our chest. In just the time that we have been working on the farm, you guys can see we have got 1 dub, 2 dub, 3 dub, 4 dubs, 5 dubs, 5.5 dubs full of cactus. So I am gonna go ahead and drink this personal sell booster and then go ahead and sell one and see how much we make for every single chest. 32,000 for every single chest. There we go. We just made a ton of money. $200,000 just for a little bit of work. Once this cactus farm is finished, we are going to be making absolute bank, and that is completely without the greenhouse helmets. We do now have enough money to go ahead and purchase one if there is any on the auction, and it doesn't look like it. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can do a couple of deals and capture myself a greenhouse helmet. Okay guys, so we've managed to go ahead and make a deal with the #1 richest faction on the entire server, and one of their members, he has a greenhouse 5 enchant. I'm gonna go ahead and pay him like $1 million afterwards. But here we go. Greenhouse 5, crops near you will grow faster. Let's go ahead and accept the trade, and now pay Playlism $1 million. There we go. We have now got the enchant that we've been needing. Okay guys, so now that I went ahead and spent $1 million on a single enchant, before I go ahead and AFK inside my cactus farm with that enchant on my helmets, I need to go ahead and protect my base just a little bit more. Now remind you, this is just a temporary cactus farm / base. So I went ahead and laid out like 5 walls on each side. I may actually go ahead and put like 10 or so maybe, because the only factions that will have enough TNT to go ahead and ruin my cactus farm are like the top factions. options. So I am gonna go ahead and add a couple more walls and fortify the cactus farm just a little bit more. So our farm is decently protected, probably about 12 or so walls on it. And now what I actually want to go ahead and start doing is working on our mob tier. As you guys can see, we are currently a mob tier 1. And if we do /shop, we go into these spawners. The first tier is chicken and endermine, then pig, cows, rabbit, slimes, and it goes all the way up. And finally, at tier 8, we finally unlock iron golem spawners, but it is going to take an absolute ton of mobs to kill first. Now, I'm not exactly sure. I don't even think I have any endermine spawners. We don't have to buy a little bit. Let's go ahead and buy like 20 or so. Let's go ahead and place them in our base over here in a corner. And I think the method is you go ahead and get a block, you hit them under the block, and then you easily grind them from then on out. So yeah, guys, this is gonna take a little bit of time, but while we're actually doing this, we can go ahead and throw on our greenhouse 5 enchants. I'm gonna go ahead and make a diamond helmet so we know exactly what helmet has it on it. Let's go ahead and throw the greenhouse 5 on, and there we go. Let's go ahead and throw that on as well. Now I want to go ahead and see if this actually procs, because people have been saying it does not work with cactus, and then other people are saying it's actually broken with cactus. So I want to go ahead and give a chance to see. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. Oh, yep, it does work. There we go. You guys saw. Greenhouse 5 has grown 136 nearby crops. So practically all that does, makes them grow up, hits the fence even quicker than it normally would. Now we're going to be making even a lot more money. But now it's time to go ahead and make a little bit of progress. Okay, guys, so we are skipping forward to a very, very late that same night, and we've made a ton of progress. Now you guys can see our mob tier is currently level 4. We actually just got completely finished up with these slimes. I believe we have a couple stacks of slimes in here, and then I sold some others. Yeah, we got 64 slime spawners, and now we can actually go ahead and start working on our creeper spawners, making some TNT, so in the future episodes we can also go ahead and raid. And also, if you guys didn't know, creepers are like the best way to get experience, so we can also go ahead and make a god set very soon as well. But we are still a very far away from unlocking the iron golems, which is going to take a lot more grinding. But now in that same time, we have been AFKing the cactus farm as well, and if we go ahead and check, it is very full. All of these chests are completely full. So let's see, we've got 1 2 3 4 5 6 12 18 19, like 20 double chests full of cactus, and we have currently got $7.73 million. We've been selling some XP as we're going. Now let's go ahead and see if we can find a money booster on the auction. Just go ahead and use to sell the cactus, and let's see, 85k looks like the cheapest, and I believe it is. We're definitely gonna profit more than 85k, or I hope at least. Let's actually go ahead and grab our sell wand. Now let's drink this up and go ahead and start selling. So 1 chest, 2. Oh my god, we're actually gonna be making bank from this. I probably should go ahead and make the collection bigger once. Oh, my wand broke. But like I was saying, we should probably go ahead and make the collection bigger once we do go ahead and expand and finish the farm. This is practically only 1 chunk, already getting us like 20 double chests of loot. And the greenhouse 5 has been putting in absolute work. But one thing I am noticing is down here, whenever it does proc, it only grows like, yeah, you guys can see 37 crops. But now if I go ahead and fly up into the middle of the farm, it'll do like 300 400 crops at a time. So we might have to go ahead and set up a creeper farm somewhere up here, or actually in the very next episode we can go ahead and set up our main base, because I feel like we do have a steady income, and we can always go ahead and grind the dark zone as well for some more money. So that might have to be in the very next episode. Like I was saying, if greenhouse does proc, it went ahead and proc'd on 243. Now it goes all the way up to like 400, somewhere around there I believe. So it's definitely been helping out a ton. But guys, other than that, the base hasn't been touched. I probably should go ahead and add a couple more walls off camera, yet nobody has found it, and I'm hoping I don't leak the cords at some point throughout this video. So I'm hoping nobody continues to find it. Okay guys, so the next thing I want to go ahead and do to help me out for further on dark zone trips is actually go ahead and make an auto brewer, guys, because brewing them manually is just not cutting it out for me. I've barely got any potions for me. And now I may or may not have stolen this schematic for my faction, so I'm hoping this does go ahead and work. Now if this schematic is something that you guys need, definitely drop a comment down below. I can definitely go ahead and release it. I'm assuming the faction won't have any problem with it. Let's go ahead and build this in. Okay guys, after a a little bit of a frustrating auto brewer session. We have finally got it completely figured out. Now, if you guys do go ahead and use this schematic, pretty much this barrel right here is the glass because it goes into the dispensers. And then you also need to go ahead and add a bunch of blocks for a filter directly above the brewing stand. So 19 in this one, and then singular blocks in the other 3. Glistering melon, glowstone dust, nether wart, and then gunpowder at the end. And that's actually practically how you use it and obviously set up your collection system. And then to go ahead and turn it on and off, you pretty much just break this torch right here. So I may go ahead and set up strength and fire res ones off camera. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not gonna lie, this took quite a while and it's very late at night. So maybe in one of the next couple of episodes. But now guys, like 12 hours of playtime has gone into this one video, and it is only like a 12 to 15 minute video probably. So if you guys would go ahead and support the channel, I would appreciate a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. Also make sure to hop onto the server using my IP Hxroic.mc-complex.com, as well as make sure to go ahead and enter into the top rank giveaway. You don't want to miss out. Yeah guys, that's gonna be it for today's episode. The next one, we're making the god base. We're gonna go ahead and start placing some spawners and climbing our way on F-top. So I'll go ahead and see you guys all then. Peace out.